Save the Girl Child by Hannah Sheikh. Did you know that per year approximately 117 million girls around the world go missing due to sex-selective abortions? Though female infanticide happens all over the world, it mainly takes place in India and China. Female fetuses and babies are often killed for financial reasons. An example is dowry during marriage. Girls are typically seen as burdens, while boys are seen as blessings. Activists say that 8 million fetuses may have been aborted in the past decade, and that's just in India. What is Save the Girl Child? Save Girl Child, Educate a Girl Child is an organization formed by the Government of India. It is a social initiative that aims to generate awareness about the importance of girls in the world, fight against the practice of female feticide, protect, support, and educate a girl child, and improve welfare services for girls. Indian gender demographics from 2016. The population of India as of July 2016 is 1,266,883,598. Between females and males from birth to the ages of 15 to 24, the gender gap is very big. From the ages 25 and older, the ratio becomes more equal. The infant mortality rate for males was 39.2 deaths for every 1,000 live births, and for females was 41.8 deaths for every 1,000 live births. Live births mean that the infant was actually born and not that the mother was just pregnant. Women in India, Part 1. Indira Gandhi. She was the first female Prime Minister of India. In fact, till today, she is the only female Prime Minister India has ever had. Mrs. Gandhi served for 3 consecutive terms and a 4th until she was assassinated. In an online poll organized by BBC in 1999, Indira Gandhi was named the Woman of the Millennium. Women in India, Part 2. Mother Teresa. She is the first Albanian Indian woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize for her humanitarian work in 1979. She was canonized after the Vatican verified 2 people's claims of having experienced miracles through her. Mother Teresa wrote letters. In those letters, she stated that she often wrestled with her faith and expressed a lot of doubt. During her Nobel lecture, she said, "I feel the greatest destroyer of peace today is abortion." Women in India, Part 3. Pratibha Patel. She was the first woman to serve as the President of India. Rita Faria Powell. She is a model, doctor, and beauty queen. She is the first Asian woman to win the title and also the first Miss World to qualify as a doctor. Anandibai Gopal Rao Joshi is the first female Indian physician in the year 1887. She was the first Indian woman to travel to the United States and also train in Western medicine. Indian Goddesses, Part 1. Goddesses are worshipped and respected, while women in the real world are unsafe and condemned. In the Vedic ages, women were not subjected to such inhumane atrocities. They were treated with respect and considered supremely pure. The following is a line from the Rig Veda that states, "The right is equal in the father's property for both son and daughter." Indian Goddesses, Part 2. If we go by certain moral and ethical representations that we've been following from the ancient times, most of them are associated with female deities. Lakshmi for wealth, Saraswati for knowledge, Sita for faithfulness, and Parvati for kindness. The Nobel laureate Kailash Satyarthi said, "What moral argument can one give that we are worshipping our goddesses, while girls who are our living goddesses are not safe?" Darkness in the Light, Part 1. According to the National Crime Records Bureau, every day 93 women are raped in the country. You have 2,000 girls who are killed in the womb every day Maneka Gandhi told news channel NDTV in an interview. Some are born and have pillows on their faces choking them. Female infanticide is a historic problem in India's highly patriarchal society. India's 2011 census showed a serious decline in the number of girls under the age of 7. Darkness in the Light, Part 2. Female infanticide is not just restricted to China and India, it happens all over the world. Other places that it happens is Liechtenstein, Vietnam, Albania, Canada, and South Korea. South Korea is one of the only nations where the imbalanced sex ratio has been reversed. Another reason infant femicide is spread worldwide is because those that are born or raised in South and East Asia are prone to having sex-selective abortions, since they generally think that girls are not as important as boys. Darkness in the Light, Part 3. In 2012, St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto conducted a study suggesting that mothers from ethnic communities may be practicing female feticide in Ontario. According to the study, couples originating from India are more likely to use prenatal sex determination than Canadian-born couples. In Brampton, where there is a large South Asian population, community health workers have reported that female feticide is happening. The Female Infanticide Prevention Act of 1870. On March 18, 1870, a legislative act was passed in British India for the prevention of the murder of female infants. The British colonial authorities passed the act because of the pressure that they were receiving from Christian missionaries and social reforms that were seeking an end to female infanticide in South Asia. The act was in force till 1981 in Pakistan, when it was superseded by an ordinance. Even though this act had been passed for over 100 years, it has not really affected the female infant mortality rates. In fact, these rates have risen due to demands of having males, therefore making the Female Infanticide Prevention Act ineffective. Other ways people have been fighting feticide: save a girl, educate a girl. Baby hatches. Baby hatches are safe havens where children can be dropped off by their parents without the fear of prosecution. Tamil Nadu successfully implemented this program in the 1990s, and the federal government adopted this model for the rest of the country in 2007. In 1994, the Indian government passed the Preconception Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques Act for stopping female feticide. Due to the slow execution of this act, it was later amended and replaced in 2002 by the Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques Act. This means that the doctors are not allowed to tell the gender of the baby to the parents, even if they ask. My life. I am thankful to my grandparents because they raised and educated a girl child to become a physician. That is my mom. She was raised as an equal to her brothers, and I am a girl child who is lucky enough to be born and raised in Canada. My parents are fair and just. They do not differentiate between me and my brother. In my immediate family, girls and boys are treated as equals. There are many successful women in my family, like a physician, engineer, designer, dentist, and a professor. Political activist Gloria Steinem once noted, "Female feticide is the deadliest form of genocide because someone is not only denied the right to live, but the right to be born." Thank you for listening and watching my presentation. I hope that you are now able to educate someone on the importance of this topic. Sources Part 1. Sources Part 2.